course, that's just my opinion, but that's what you're here for. Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting in front of a garbage can full of trash, and I'm kind of embarrassed by it because I haven't done one of these in a while, and this and some extra stuff, like another one of these, has been hanging around, and it's time to go through them, to discuss them, and to finally recycle them. I'm just gonna give you a little... Yeah. Did I mention that's not all of it? We're going to probably do this very organized so that I'm not just going to say, oh look, it's empty. No, I want to tell you whether I'll buy it again, whether I thought the product was worth the money, whether I think it's a good product, whether I was so happy to finish it up that I can't wait to use it as a basketball and throw it across the street, preferably into my neighbor's yard. Okay, so after literally sorting out everything, I've decided this is going to have to be a multi video because it's impossible, and I've also segregated all of the minis, although sometimes I think I've gone through so many minis that I actually never buy the full size of it that it should actually be considered a full size. I'm going to give you an example, just one. The Boom Boom creams, I've only bought one full size of it in the last 2 years, but I still have it because of all the samples. So if you put all those samples together, it's probably like 5 of the big ones. You know where I'm going with that? Let's just start out with body scrubs, because I think I've mentioned in the past how much I enjoy body scrubs. Now, some of these are obviously going to be really yucky poo, so I'm not going to hold them up very long, but I may just put up a picture. The first one is the Tree Hut Lemon Blueberry Tart. Let's just take the name for a moment and think about it, and I think that should probably give you a good idea of how much I like it. It is a sugar scrub. I don't know if you've ever tried the Tree Hut. They're quite reasonable, and at Ulta you can always find them on sale. They will either have a buy one get one 50% off or something. It is the sugar in the oil, so it is going to be thick, so it's not going to just slip out of your hands. It is quite abrasive. It is a scrub. It definitely does what it has to do, but when you rinse it off, what I find is that it leaves a little bit of that moisture behind. The water beads up on them a little bit, if that makes any sense. So I've gone through that one and about probably 2 more of those, which are probably in another box. My other favorite one, I have about 2 or 3 that are my favorites. The Dove. I have loved the Doves for the longest time. It was my very first scrub, aside from the peach one from Pure, that I tried, and I fell in love with them both. My favorite of the Doves is just the coconut one, the exfoliating body wash. It just has like the coconut on it. I've tried the other ones, they're okay, but this one happens to be my fave. The Dove ones have a much more fine granular content. It's much thinner, but it's not that thick sugar granular scrub that you get with the Tree Huts. This one is more refined. This one was okay. I used it up just to use it. We had gotten it in one of our FabFitFuns. It's a champagne charcoal scrub. It has a really good champagne-y, bubbly kind of scent to it, and I really enjoyed it. The scent, I mean, it was an okay scrub, but I found myself not wanting to reach for it. It was charcoal, so it was that black. I don't know why I didn't want to reach for it very much. You can see there's just a teeny tiny bit left in there. It didn't drive me to go for it, except for that scent, which was good. Let's just go over 2 body creams. I have endless amounts. This was the Aromatherapy Stress Relief Eucalyptus Spearmint from Bath & Body Works. I had bought this, the spray and the hand sanitizer, quite a while ago. It has a very strong scent, but honestly for me it is very relaxing. And I also really love the Body Shops. I have tons of these that I've gone through. I love the different scents. This one I think was blueberry, yeah, and it was extremely yummy. I also buy these when they are on sale. I will never pay full price for them because they are $22.50 full price, but when Ulta has a sale, they go down to sometimes as cheap as $10, depending upon the time of year. I am going to jump into toners and eye makeup removers because you're not going to believe how much of this stuff I go through. Remember, I use it morning and night, and this is not even all that I've gone through. The first one, which I love, 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 is the Strivectin Advanced Glow Tri-phase Daily Glow Toner. This is the one that I like to use in the morning. It is not stripping. It has no drying agents whatsoever. It's probably the fourth one that I've gone through, so I really like it. It's really expensive. You can get them on sale occasionally at TJ Maxx, so keep an eye out for it because it's a good one with no denatured alcohol. I have one full Pixi Glow Tonic, which I do like. Again, I do like a couple of the retinol tonics that I have. For example, the Shroom Beauty. That's like, you know, amazing. But this isn't that inexpensive for a drugstore brand. So again, wait till it goes on sale. On a budget, this definitely does the job. I have two of the Strivectin Multi-action eye makeup removers. These are just okay. Know that I am partial to my Clinique. I haven't found many that do as good of a job, so I am kind of biased regarding that. These are okay, but I don't think they're worth the Strivectin price for an eye makeup remover. To me, I think it was on par kind of with the Neutrogena. No harmful ingredients or anything, but again, I just think that the price is kind of ridiculous for this. And the Neutrogena is actually cheaper than these, so those are my choice. But I had them, and I used them up, so there they go. Of course, I have many, many more of these that are empty, but I'm only going to go through this one at the moment. Again, it is my tried and true. Been using it for years, and I just can't seem to break away from it. I found some that come close, but nothing to me competes with this as far as a liquid eye makeup remover. It's I don't know, it's stuck with me. Let's go over a couple of sprays. I have kept this around. The only reason I have this Tatcha, the Dewy Skin Mist, is because when BoxyCharm had their charm room and they had good items in their charm room, I actually got this. It's $48. It's an absurd price. It's a very, very nice mist. The mister on it itself is beautiful, which is why I'm going to save the bottle. You can pay a lot less money with the same kind of ingredients and pay less than half the price. So do I think this is worth the price? No. Do I think it's nice and good to use? Yes. Will I go out and buy it full price? Nopees, and I don't suggest you do either. But it's bougie and it's nice, and some people, you know, if you have the money and you enjoy it, there's nothing wrong with spending the money. But if you're thinking that because it's more expensive that it is better, it is not by any means. And of course, that's just my opinion, but that's what you're here for. I did finish one of the Smashbox primer water. I don't think these are necessarily necessary. Well, that was an oxymoron, but they are nice to use. This was the Serene Green. I really enjoyed the scent. It doesn't have the denatured alcohol. Granted, it does have the fragrance in it, so that might be a caveat for some of you. If you're using a primer, you don't need this. If you enjoy the extra step, I say go for it. I got this in TJ Maxx. No, this is the one that I got in BoxyCharm. Yeah, we got that a while ago. I bought, why am I waving it at you? I bought another one in TJ Maxx, which I'm almost done with. I said I enjoy them, but it's not something that I think is a necessary evil. But you can use it as a makeup refreshing spray. You don't have to use it as a primer water. That is how I also use it. I'll spray it on before my primer for some extra hydration, and then I will just mist my face with it throughout the day, just because. My favorite, which is also overpriced, well, another favorite, is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Mist. Look at how tiny the bottle is. I go through them so quickly, and I just can't justify the price for them. Even though the mister is beautiful, and it feels so lovely going on, and the scent is absolutely heavenly, I will only pay for them on sale. That's just me. But if you want to go for it, I highly recommend this. It's a lovely little, it almost looks like an Edison bulb, doesn't it? Yeah, I would think that, wouldn't I? So, yeah, I love it. I just have to mention this because this one I won't buy again. Now, I think they've changed the dispense system on here. This one you have, I'm sorry, what is it? It's the Makeup Forever Instant Brush Cleaner. This one is a bit oily, but the pain in the tuchus was it just has a little hole here, and you would have to tap it out onto the tissue and then rub your brush. I think they've changed it to a spray, but I still don't know if I would buy it. It is very expensive. And honestly, I like the Real Techniques one better, which is this one. A few dollars, like $25 or so. So I won't be purchasing this one again. I'm glad that I had it to try it, but I will be purchasing this one again if I can find it. I picked this one up in TJ Maxx. It came with a little red cloth, which I use to clean all my brushes. And so, yeah, big difference. Again, more expensive does not mean better. Do you know sometimes people don't believe YouTubers when they say they believe in a product and they go through a ton of that product? Well, I'm here to show you that there are certain products that I have hyped, that I do believe in, that I have finished, and they are skincare items. And those especially, you know, those are very personal items, but when I tell you that I believe in something and I use something, I absolutely mean it. I've spoken about The Ordinary. Now that I found Good Molecules, I'm also enjoying Good Molecules. I really do think they are comparable products. They do have different products, and you have to know how to play chemist almost and balance them because they are single ingredient items, but I really enjoy them. This is the granactive retinol emulsion. The granactive retinols are much more gentle than just the retinols, and I accidentally bought this one, so for me it wasn't strong enough. But if you are a newbie to a retinol product, I highly recommend the granactive retinol from The Ordinary. It is a very, very good product, and it's, again, the granactive is just gentler on your skin. So make sure you're buying the right one if you do want the gentle product. And then, of course, this is the hyaluronic acid. Do I think you need a hyaluronic acid as a separate serum? I really don't, but I wanted to try it and compare it with a couple of others that I had. If you're buying something with hyaluronic acid in it, I think that's just fun, and I don't think you really need a separate serum. If you thought I was kidding about how I've been devouring the Good Molecules stuff, I'm not lying. I have been using it up, and this is one that I did purchase myself because I finished the one that they sent me. This is the Wake Up Eye Serum. I thought it wasn't as good as The Ordinary's caffeine solution, and I've said in the past, but when I stopped using this, because I finished one, I truly noticed a difference in the hydration underneath my eyes. The thing that this one does that the caffeine solution doesn't do is hydrate in the same way. The caffeine solution will reduce your puffiness, but I don't know. There's something in this that gave me that little extra boost of certain something that, again, when I stopped using it, I noticed a difference. So I finished that, and I finished another of the Super Peptide Serum. I did hype this one up, and I have 2 empties just to show you that I put my money where my mouth is, or my skincare where my skin is. This product I miss. This is the BioElements Quick Refiner for Eyes. Now this one you can really only use at night because it is strong. BioElements is on the expensive side. I think this was $75, but they are so good. The only reason I haven't gone out and purchased more is because I have a plethora of skincare, and I kind of want to either pass a lot of it along and go back to the things I love, or supplement it in there, slide it in, because this does amazing, amazing things for your under eyes. Again, it's a product that I noticed when I stopped using it, my under eyes were not happy. They even suggest only twice a week. I'm tolerant, but I missed it. Yeah, I miss you. One day I will have you again. I have a ton of other skincare, but I'm only going to go over one more thing. The Glow Recipe Watermelon Moisturizer. This, they call this as the day serum, but did you know, and I've mentioned it, you can use the overnight mask as a moisturizer. This is not the serum, this is the moisturizer. It's the same thing as the overnight one. I use the overnight one on my skin in the daytime under makeup all the time, but these smell heavenly. I bet you it's still got the scent. Yes, it does. I like this moisturizer. It's got some good ingredients. It's reasonably priced, and the bottles are just so darn cute that I like her. And these are all recyclable, which is what I love. This is from Pharmacy. Again, we received this in our BoxyCharm, the Honeymoon Glow Serum. I really did enjoy this serum very, very much. I would go out and purchase it again if I didn't have all of my other skincare. Maybe again when I'm down. to some of the other stuff, I might go back and try this, but I thought this was a great serum. I thought it did some very, very nice things. And again, I did think I saw some results after finishing it up, which is the goal. If you finish a whole bottle and you're not seeing any results, then I would say that that particular product is not working for you, because after one bottle, you should see something. At least that's my opinion. I do want to talk about the deep despair, don't despair, deep despair. Yeah, it could be. The Don't Despair Repair Briogeo mask. I really do like this. I think it's nice for my hair. Do I think it's such a game changer that it is worth spending the money on? No, in my opinion, I don't think so. I did like what it does. I'm not going to deny it, but I think I could find some other things that don't cost as much money. For example, what is the name of the stuff, the hair stuff that I love? What is with my inability to remember that? I'm going to put it on the screen. It just won't come to me. That is less than half the price of this, and it is amazing. So I'm going to stick with that less expensive, whatever it's called, brand, and probably not purchase this. But I'm glad that I got to try it to see what the hype was about. I will torture you no further and just get into the stuff that probably everyone is wondering about, and that would be the makeup. And I have quite a bit. No, there aren't any eyeshadow palettes that I've finished. Did you think there might be? But I do have a lot of other stuff. This is the mini of the Hourglass Mineral Veil Powder. This one is in Dim Light. As a finishing powder, this was amazing. But I went through this puppy, and there's nothing more to scrape. It just is the colored bottom. I went through this so quickly, and it was so depressing because this little tiny thing was $25. It is amazing, but I don't know if I want to go buy it again, because like the ambient lighting palette is what, $80? Is it worth that? I do love it, but it's something that I would have to say, okay, maybe I have a little bit extra that I might want to indulge in it. I don't know. I'm on the fence, but I finished one up. Okay, I know I have at least 6 more of these. Where they are, I don't know. This, of course, is the Voluminous Lash Paradise Pink Primer. They also have the white one. I love this stuff. Love it, love it, love it. Cannot say a million other things about it except for the gunk that forms around the top. And even if you go to wipe it off, it is kind of sticky. And so I wind up usually having to take some alcohol and rub it around the edge. And that is the only thing that gets on my nerves. But I like this one better than the Lancome. I will pick this up for 1/4 of the price of Lancome any single day of the year at all times. Hence the reason I go through a gazillion of them. Mascaras. Again, I know I have more. There are more in there, but again, I'm not going to go through them all. This is the Benefit Roller Lash, one of my all-time favorite mascaras. I have so many mascaras that I am not actively purchasing them. When I finally, whatever century that's in, go through all of the mascaras that I have, I would absolutely purchase the Roller Lash. This one has a lovely wand on it that has a slight curve to it, and it doesn't poke you in the eye, but it's a little bit stiff, kind of like the Tarte Tartist mascara, and it just kind of holds onto your lashes, especially if you wiggle it from the bottom. And for me, it's given me great length and thickness and volume and never any clumping. So I've been using this one, I think, for like at least 10 years, but you know, it is pricey. And sometimes, a lot of times, you can find drugstore mascaras that do just as well. This one, unfortunately, was not my favorite. This is the Butter London Double Decker Mascara. I found that this was okay, but I know that when I first got it, it was very wet and it would splatter on me. And then I had a hard time sometimes dealing with it clumping. And it wasn't one that I wanted to reach for. Maybe it was the size of the tube. I don't know. Maybe that's a psychological thing. But I just didn't like the very, very large tube. I don't know. Could be a personal thing. If you guys experience this, because we did get this in one of our boxes, let me know what your thoughts were on it. Because I wound up having to get rid of it, I think, before I completely used it. It kind of dried out. So I'm curious about your thoughts. I really, really, really enjoyed this Mary Kay mascara. I know some of you don't like to purchase from MLMs, but I don't have anybody trying to recruit me. She's making some money at it and she enjoys it, and I enjoy supporting her. Like, I still sell Avon, but I don't push it because I'm not trying to recruit anybody. I don't want anybody underneath me. I want to get the discount on my products, and some people I know like the Avon products. So, but it's a really good mascara. It has a really fluffy wand, and it just gave me great lashes, nice thickness, nice volume, nice length, never clumped, never splattered. So I'll probably buy more when I go through the rest. This one was actually called the Lash Intensity Mascara. So if you guys ever want to try it, I don't sell it, but you know, if you have somebody around you that does, I liked it. This was one of my all-time favorite concealers, and of course they are discontinuing it, so I have a hard time finding it. I don't want to stock up on it because I don't want it to like go bad, but it was the Naked Skin concealer from Urban Decay. Now they replaced it with the Stay Naked concealer. This was just lovely. The color was perfect. I think this was the light neutral, just the perfect undertone, thin enough to cover. I would use this in conjunction, say, with my Sharp, I did it again, my Sharp Tape Shape. Yeah. I knew I was going to do it eventually. I would combine two of these and they would go beautifully. You know when you have that combination of things that work? But I mean, I was scraping this out so that it was just like dry on my hand, so I knew it was done. I have one more that I'm finishing up, and then if I don't know if I can find it anymore. And this is the Shape Tape. This is just in the color light. Interestingly enough, I bought the light neutral, and I don't like it the way I like the color on this. For some reason, that color does not work as well as just the straight up light does on me. It's an odd thing, but it is true. Last couple of products are these. This is the ColourPop liner. I only have the white one. I've tossed the other ones. These are wonderful. I love the way they go on, but they break off. The tip will somehow wind up snapping off, and you don't even know it because it's not just the tip. It's like this much of the pencil, and then you like pull it out and you see the piece go flying across the room, and you're wasting it. Granted, they're only like $8, but I'm sorry, for $8 you should still be able to get good use out of it without losing half of the liner halfway across your room, and then you step on it and get squished into your rug. Well, I don't know if that's happened to anybody but me, but it does. And this is the other one that I can't stand. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills The Brow Wiz. Aside from the Wander Beauty, this is an amazing eyebrow pencil. Perfect. My problem, every single one of them, the spoolie breaks off on me before I finish up the product. So I wind up with product left in here and the spoolie breaks off. For the price of these, they need to improve it. I've written them about it. I get ignored, so you think I wouldn't buy it again, but you know when you find that little thing that you love? This, I'm a little sad that it dried out on me. This is the Fenty Fly Liner. When I first got it, it was fabulous because the tip is fabulous, but look, I mean, how I have to press so hard, and yeah, I get color out of it, but you don't have to do that. You shouldn't have to do that, like with a liner. So when I first got it, it was amazing. Dried out way too quickly. Now, this was a mini, so I'm going to be buying another one eventually, and I want to see if that one does the same thing, because it is an amazing liner, but it's expensive, and if it's going to dry out that, wow, Leanne, if it's going to dry out that quickly, then I'm not going to be happy with it. One more. Guess what I finally finished up? My Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. I finally finished it. The only reason the cap is not on the cap is not on it because I like to take my little powders and tap them into the big cap so I can swirl my brush around. So, but I finally finished it. I'm so happy. Bye! I have a ton more products, but I am going to have to split this up into a multitude of videos, or else they'd be too long and you guys would get bored. And, you know, I don't want to bore you. I want to entertain you. I want to give you a giggle, because that's what I'm here for. And I think I had a piece of hair on my face, so if I did and it was annoying you, I'm really sorry about that. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. You are the most amazing people on the face of the earth, and I think you know that because I tell you that all the time. Let me know about those products if you tried them, if you're interested in trying them. I will try to at least list it. And if you do have to spend money, you should be using Ebates, not to give me the sign-up bonus that you would get if you signed somebody else up as well, because they don't know who I am. You should be using it because they have a lot of cash back. It doesn't cost you anything. It's not fishy. It's not scammy. I've had it for, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years. I can't even think of it at the moment. So if you don't want to sign up through me, just go on to eBay. It's now called Rakuten, by the way. There's no reason that you shouldn't. If you shop online, definitely do it. Not sponsored. They have no idea who I am. And by the way, if you sign somebody else up, you get like that 15, sometimes they have a $25 bonus. So like you would get that into your account too. So anyway, it's worth it. At least go look at it. That is it. I'm going to stop boring you. I love you guys so very much. And of course, my friends, stay safe, stay healthy in whatever part of the world you're in and around. I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing week. My kittens say hello, and I will see you guys really soon. Bye.